Hi everyone, I'm Jake. Welcome to our channel. In this video, I'm going to provide you information of the two most important aspects of immigration for all of you. Number one is the big question that you all have in mind, and that is the economic downturn going to negatively impact the number of immigrants coming to Canada? And the second important question is, in the middle of this situation of lockdown and economic downturn, which is the best province to immigrate to? Because all the provinces have been economically badly hit by this lockdown situation. So based on all the statistical data available and all the information that is available through good sources in Canada right now, I have prepared answers for both these questions to help you guys make a better decision. So before I start the video, I want to answer one more thing. A lot of subscribers have been asking me that what can they possibly do in this waiting period to sharpen their skills which can help them in immigration to Canada. So on that note, I want to tell you guys that this video is sponsored by Skillshare, an incredibly vast online learning platform where you can join in so many courses sitting at your home, and courses in the field of business management, business analyst, IT, software development, interior designs, photography, cinematography, SEO, digital marketing, and the list is endless. You can check it online. I would say this is the best time and the golden opportunity to sharpen your skills, utilize your time, and even to sweeten the deal more. First 500 of my subscribers who will join Skillshare now, I'll provide the link in the description. You can click on it and join Skillshare. So first 500 subscribers are gonna get 2 months of free membership. And even after the free membership is over, guys, honestly, annually, your subscription per month only comes to around approximately $11, which is a very fair deal. Now, when I say about skill development, I keep developing my skills, and like this is the current SEO development course that I've been doing for the last one and a half month. In fact, 2 months I've been doing it, and I'm still continuing with it. It's immensely helping me in developing my own channel and my social platform. So, guys, go on, check it out, Skillshare. So starting the video with the first question. Is this economic downturn going to negatively impact the number of immigrants coming to Canada? So first thing first, I want to tell you guys that I'm not here to predict the future. In fact, nobody can predict the future. But what we can do to the best of our ability is to draw a fair conclusion based on statistical data, the past data, current data, and also the parameters on the basis of which the immigration policy is designed in Canada. So that's what I will explain it to you for the answer of this question. So when I say the parameters for designing the immigration policies, in case of Canada, there are two main parameters. Number one is the demographic challenges, and second is the economic development of the country. When I say demographic challenges, Canada is a country which has the lowest population growth rate and the highest number of oldest population in the world. So in case of older people, when they start retiring from job position, it becomes difficult to fill up the job position because, as I mentioned, the population growth rate is very low. And that's why to fill up those job position, bringing in new immigrants from other countries become one of the most important parameter of immigration policy. As per the statistical data of the past, since the year 1990, immigration has been the major driving force behind population growth in Canada. And as per the future projections, this trend needs to be continued till the year at least 2030 to 2035. And precisely because of this reason, Canada has always been looking at getting at least 300,000 new immigrants every year to Canada. Without getting those new immigrants to Canada, they would never be able to fill in those job vacancies, and because of that, the productivity in the entire country suffers. So these days, a lot of people have been speculating that keeping in mind the current economic downturn, the number of immigrants to Canada would drop down, or they would be lesser than the earlier years. But I would say that the immigration policies are designed keeping the long-term view in mind. And a short-term economic downturn or the current pandemic situation is not going to change that long-term view policy. Immigration policies cannot be changed just like that. Because keeping in mind the long-term view or the long-term targets of population growth and economic development, Any change in immigration policy due to this current emergency or pandemic is going to have larger implication on the economy of the country. I mean, just think about it. The unemployment rate in Canada was the lowest before this whole emergency situation came around, and the reason simply for that was almost 9 million baby boomers, means the older generation citizens were retiring from jobs, and that's why there was a requirement of newcomers to fill in those job vacancies. And this situation is not going to change even after this emergency is over. Anyways, as per the economist, the Canadian economy or the global economy is going to bounce back fairly fast enough after the social distancing or the lockdown period is over. If we look at the economic perspective also, to refuel the economy, the Canadian government would need new immigrants. I mean, new immigrants obviously bring in their savings with them. They pay the immigration fees, and when 300,000 or more immigrants are coming into the country, they would be spending money, they would be buying grocery, clothes, rentals, traveling expenses, and they would be paying taxes. So much money comes into the economy just because of these many number of immigrants coming into the country. At the same time, as I mentioned, most of the population, like 9 million baby boomers, are retiring. So who would fill in those job positions? They need new immigrants. Now, this is my fair conclusion, which is based purely on the basis of statistics and data. It is not a speculation. Another important factor that goes in favor of new immigrants coming to Canada is that as per Statistics Canada, since the year 2003 to 2013, 25% of private sector jobs were created by new immigrants. So new immigrants have a very high propensity of starting their own business and becoming entrepreneur. So even that factor goes in favor of new immigrants. And according to the federal government, almost 600,000 international students contributes to around $22 billion in economic activity each year, which contributes to the creation of 200,000 jobs in Canada. Furthermore, Canada has almost 8 million immigrants who contributes or makes even a larger contribution than all the international students in Canada. So now, when you keep these statistics and parameters in mind, I personally feel and believe, now this is my humble opinion, that the number of immigrants coming to Canada as per the quota decided by the immigration department will not reduce or drop. Yes, there might be a delay in getting those people to the country, but I personally feel that they should come. Alright, now coming to the second question, and that is, in the middle of this situation, this economic downturn, which province would be suitable for immigration either in the year 2020 or even in the year 2021. So of course we all know that the entire global economy is suffering because of the lockdown, and the provinces in Canada have also been hit by this lockdown and social distancing issue. Now I'm going to provide you the list of all these provinces, starting with the worst hit, means the one which you should avoid immigrating to in the year 2020 and 2021, and then going on all the way to the most suitable. So starting with the worst affected, and that is number 9, Alberta. Alberta's economy is going to go down by 5.8%. 5.8% is a massive drop in the economy rate in Alberta right now due to the current lockdown situation. In addition to the lockdown, Alberta is also suffering from severe contraction in the oil prices due to low demand, as well as the ongoing price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia. So I would say in this year or in the beginning of year 2021, if you are immigrating to Canada, avoid Alberta. At number 8 is Saskatchewan with 5% drop in the economy. Along with the negative impact of lockdown, Saskatchewan is also suffering from the weak mining industry. So overall 5% decline in GDP. So if you were planning to move to Saskatchewan, you can be a little careful. At number 7, we have one of the Atlantic provinces, and that is Newfoundland and Labrador, with the GDP going down by 3.8%. Again, Newfoundland and Labrador is also suffering from drop in the oil prices as well as reduction in the global demand of oil. At number 6, we have Quebec with the GDP going down by 3.8%. I have put Quebec at number 6 because of course it is a larger province, and there are more chances of faster recovery. There are more industries, and it's not solely relying on mining or oil industry. Also, there is a projection once the lockdown and social distancing regulations are over, Quebec's economy is bound to bounce back by at least 5.8%. At number 5, we have Nova Scotia, and the forecast for the economy is to contract by at least 3.6%. At number 4, we have New Brunswick, with the economy projected to go down by 3.3%. New Brunswick economy is largely dependent on the healthcare sector. At number 3, we have British Columbia, with the economy projected to go down by 3.2%. Most of the consumer sectors like real estate and retail, all these sectors have been hit big time in British Columbia. At number 2, we have Ontario, with the economy projected to go down by 3.2%, which is similar to British Columbia, but I have still kept it at number 2. And the reason for that is, in Ontario, the IT sector is very strong, and working from home, the whole new style of working is working good for Ontario. Also, remodeling of some of the facilities to produce medical supply is helping the economy sustain and is gonna come out stronger. At number 1, we have Prince Edward Island, with the economy projected to go down only by 3%, which is the least affected than all other provinces or places in Canada right now. The major source of revenue in Prince Edward Island is tourism. Then of course, in the current situation, it is affected due to contraction of the tourism sector. But in the last couple of years, I've seen the trend. A lot of new immigrants have been moving to Prince Edward Island, and it is a good place. So these were the top 9 places which you can select if you're coming to Canada in 2020 or 2021. In addition to these 9 listed provinces, you can also consider Northwest Territories, which are least affected right now by this lockdown situation. Alright guys, so that was all the information in this video. I would say keep your hopes high, don't believe in speculation, use your mind, calculate the statistical data and the parameters correctly so that you have peace of mind and you don't unnecessarily stress yourself. In the end, stay safe, stay happy, stay positive, the most important. I'll see you next time. Bye.